But it's very unique that you're in your own world here, and that you have the water and you have the greenery, the trees, and the roll in the land and the horses, and it's just a very special place. Well, my name's Hal Reed. I came to Ocala area, this area, in 1963 to practice architecture. From Tampa originally, born and raised in Tampa, and was in Naples, Florida before I came up here. And so what I've done over the years, I've tried to follow sort of, I guess you'd call it Frank Lloyd Wright's ideas of architecture and trying to help people solve their problems in an artistic way and something that would enrich their lives. And I did more than I ever thought I would do. Well, the building, we looked at it, was pretty sorry to begin with, but the bones of it were fantastic. And the lake and the atmosphere outside, the nature, it was just sort of overwhelming, unique sight in a small parcel, a relatively small parcel. And so my inspiration was, to try to bring the outside in as much as possible and become part of that site. And that seemed to be the thing the clients wanted to do. And it was, we just opened the place up. We tore down walls and put in glass where you could see and light coming in from everywhere. And it was just a real experience to be able to sort of become part of this beautiful part of nature. Thing was, we had different functions that they wanted in the house, and the A-frame just being wide open front to back lent something to be desired. I mean, there was something to be desired there, that to break that space up, to make it complement itself and be more, I guess, exciting and what have you, that putting something in the middle, and that's sort of the round thing, how it came. It was very arbitrary as a round surface and form, but it seemed to work out very well with the kitchen underneath part of the circular form, and then, as we said before, repeating that in the outside decks. So it seemed to break up that big space, open space, that we now had with the open A-frame. The main interior portion, we ended up putting a circular study floating in the middle of that big A-frame. And that circular figure, round figure, sort of caught hold and amplified and became the half rounds and the decks and the interconnecting curves of the outside portion of the deck. It seemed to echo that idea. The upstairs, the master suite, we opened that up also to where you saw all the trees and stuff, the forest behind you. And so anywhere you went, there was a new vignette of something to see through the house, through to the outside. Whether the walls, the space inside weren't really important. I mean, it was what you were seeing and being part of while still being enclosed in a conditioned space. Well, the building you were referring to first was an existing sort of a pool house and guest house. And we just worked with the basic structure here again and got the pool was redone. And it was later on that the other house, or not house, but the element with the movies and what have you, sort of the fun place room, came along. That was a later establishment. And that's when the water system, was working with the landscape architect, John Adams, that we came up with the idea of running the rapids through there. It looked like it goes through the pool, and the water was oriented to the two buildings. And it sort of evolved from the original one. We redid that one, and it became a guest area for them and an entertainment space. That was a ground up type design. The other was what was the original pool house was what it was, and we dealt with that as an existing building. But the new one was, he had a lot of different functions that he wanted to do, his personality and his things that he collected and what they did for entertainment, and there were different things that had to be incorporated into that and still keep it open and keep it relating to the site again. And that was a unique building. That was the only building we did, with the exception of the bedroom, the new master bedroom, that was new construction, for structure. Well, I think, the site dictated that, as I said before. They were wonderful clients. You can't do good architecture if you don't have good clients. They were very receptive to different ideas, and it wasn't the norm of how you approach a residence. And they were very receptive of opening the place up, and it became casual. Like any good residence, to me, should be casual. You want to relax at your home, and you want to be able to enjoy it. And the old school, everything was formal, formal architecture. Well, this site and this place and this building, it didn't say that at all.